All right, Gemini. So from Lay Vampire, eternal youth, energy, newness, and vitality, and then quest from chakra wisdom, the quest for eternal youth. Now, what I worry about here because of quest, looking at eternal youth, some of you may be feeling old and tired and worn out, feeling like your energy is being depleted. Some of you may be feeling devalued by other people. And with quest being there, it's like needing to face the truth. That the path that you're on is no longer sustaining that eternal newness or new energy or new feeling. Now, for some of you, it's basically saying that you're going to have to change your path. If you're feeling new and you're wanting that new energy to fill you back up, to feel revitalized, you're going to have to stop taking this path that you're on right now. All right, Gemini, here's your overall for the week, the Two of Swords. So I don't think that it's about you ignoring a situation because, you know, with the two oracle cards, I mean, clearly you see it. I mean, you know that where you're headed right now is going to continue to deplete you. And with the Two of Swords being your overall, it's basically saying that, you know, you're going to have to make the choice here to change that path or to face the truth. But we'll see here. Now, in the past, the Eight of Swords, so feeling stuck. And that's continuing here, especially with the Two of Swords being the overall. So this is going to be about a situation where you feel like there's no way out. But, you know, again, with the Eight of Swords, right, you're doing this to yourself. It's your own thoughts that are keeping you trapped. You just need to make the choice to do this or to face the truth, to change this situation, right? But it's not that easy, though. In the present, the Four of Cups, Gemini. So now with the Four of Cups being in the present, you know, I definitely boredom, dissatisfaction, not being satisfied. For some of you, it may be that, you know, I don't think it's the rejection of an offer. What I feel like here is that some of you may have accepted something or gotten involved in a situation that looked good, but now it's just not good enough. You know, it's no longer making you feel good. Some of you are just emotionally blah right now and you don't want to face the truth, don't want to make a choice to do anything difficult, which is why we're still looking at the Eight of Swords. Future conditions, wow. Gemini, what are you doing? The Four of Swords. Now, looking at that in future conditions with the Two of Swords, there's nothing is happening. Nothing is happening right now because you're still pulling on the Eight of Swords. There's no clear way through. With the Four of Swords being in future conditions, I don't think that you need to take a break. Absolutely reflection, especially if you're feeling like everything is just nah, like not interested. Like I don't want to look at this right now. I don't want to face this. I see it, I know it's there, but I'd rather not deal with it. And with the Four of Swords, right, it could just be that, you know, you're reflecting on things first before you make a choice here, which, you know, is better than still being stuck with the Eight of Swords. But my problem is you're still pulling on this. But I think it's because some of you are in a situation right now where you accepted something that just did not turn out the way that you expected it to. You know, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Your best path to follow, the Ace of Wands, you know, and there's the kicker. So for some of you, you know, looking at the Ace of Wands, this is definitely the universe handing you a new opportunity, right? New passion in your life, new creative options here. You know, it could be a new relationship, a new job, whatever it is here with the Ace of Wands. You know, it's supposed to fill you with excitement and passion. You know, this is something that you want to grab hold of and make the most of. But because of your current circumstances, it's like you can't. It's like you can't easily make that choice. You know, because again, it's like you're stuck. You're stuck with this, but really you're not. You know, you just think that you are. And with the Four of Swords, again, it's like you're not really doing anything. You're not really moving forward. Now, for some of you, it could be that the reason why we can't make a choice here is because communication may not be coming through. But I feel like this is you shutting it off. You know, because clearly there's an opportunity here for you, a new beginning, a fresh start. But where you're at right now, it's like you don't even see it. In your environment, damn, justice. All right. I think that for some of you, rather than completing this situation or ending a situation and making, the choice here to go after something new with justice being in your environment, looking at the Four of Cups. It's like holding out until things, get a little bit more fair and balanced for you. Now, absolutely, this could be about somebody needing to correct some issues here, right? Now, for you, though, the thing is if we were talking about the Two of Wands as the overall, this would definitely be about you needing to make sure that the choice you're about to make is going to be fair and balanced, or the action that you would take. But the thing is with the Two of Swords, you're not, though. You're not making that choice to change anything. And I feel like it's because of this want to have things corrected here. Because I feel like what you're dealing with right now is initially what you wanted, but it's just not satisfying you anymore. It's not making you happy. It's almost like hoping that things will change, things will get better, things will be fair and balanced. But I don't see that happening. But what I do see is that Ace of Wands right there for you. But, like I said, it's like you can't right now. Your hopes and your fears, I'm telling you, the Three of Wands, this is waiting to see how things are going to change, waiting to see if something new is going to happen here before you do anything else. Clearly, you have an option. You have an option that's there for you. You just need to make the choice to take that. But what you're with right now is not something that, we're considering walking away from, because we're not looking at the Eight of Cups here. You feel like you're stuck with the situation, but this is you doing it to yourself because I think it's something you initially wanted here. And with the Three of Wands, hoping that things are going to start to develop in a different way, Let me wait. Let me just wait and see here. I just want to wait and see before I even look at another option. Wow. Oh, and there you are, coming out, the Lovers. So absolutely, with the Lovers coming out on this could be about a relationship. And when you're looking at the Lovers, the major choices that you're making in terms of the relationship, but there is nothing happening here. Man, Gemini, I get it, I understand, but then at the same time, it makes me wonder, what is it about this that's making you hold out and not really wanting to do anything just yet? With this being in your environment, though, absolutely, it could be an opportunity for things to be a little bit more fair and balanced. Now, for some of you, it just may be, looking at justice, that we're talking about waiting until something is finalized in terms of divorce or court actions, before you take anything else. But, looking at the Lovers and looking at the Four of Swords, this is absolutely a break from a relationship, a break from, making any choices in regards to this relationship. But eventually you're going to have to make a major one coming out. What is the Lovers about? And then the Page of Cups. So again, there's the communication that's coming through, but not really with that Four of Swords. So now with the Knight of Swords and looking at the Eight of Swords coming through, the reason why things are kind of like stuck where they're at right now may be due to the fact that you acted a little bit too quickly on this situation and put yourself in this position, right? With the Knight of Swords, I kind of see being too hasty, being too quick to act. I don't necessarily feel like it's about communication here. If it is, it's about you saying something, not somebody else speaking a truth to you. But whatever truth you have spoken here, it's put you in a place where you feel stuck. But I feel like it's more so the action that you took that put you here. Now, with the Four of Wands, there is at least some level of stability here. Now, with the Four of Wands, we could be talking about, you've actually moved in with a person, which is possible here. You started building a life with someone, but things are just not what they were, or not what you thought they were going to be because of the Four of Cups. Some of you have completely lost interest in this period, but because of the level of stability, it's not that easy to make a choice. Now, with the Page of Cups, if we're looking at the Lovers coming out and we're talking about you making a major choice in a relationship here, with the Page of Cups, it may be that you are starting to feel something new. And you may be the one that needs to open up and communicate this. And I'm looking at the Four of Swords, but You know, the problem is we're still looking at the 2 as the overall. So you may be feeling something new. There may be an opportunity here, even within the same relationship, to have something new happen, a new start, a fresh start for this. But I don't know if we're talking about a difficult choice. It may be, you know, do I work on my current situation here or do I take a new opportunity? But it's going to be based on the way that you're feeling. But with the Page of Cups, it's all new. It's all new emotions, which is putting you in a place where it's not that easy to make that choice. Wow, Gemini. And like, I get it, I understand. And it doesn't look like, you know, anything is really bad surrounding this if we're talking about a relationship. But with the 4 of Cups, you know, there's just no interest. There's no emotional investment. It's just, yeah, you know. And if you're feeling that way, you know, maybe it's time to make the choice here, right? Now, if you feel like, you know, if this is your situation, we're talking about a major relationship, and you feel like there is a possibility here for something new to happen, then, you know, I get it. Like, hold out, right? Because this is going to be like a big choice that you're making here. And then guidance. So when you're looking at create, it's your responsibility to create your life the way that you choose, right? And like I've always said, right, if you can create bullshit, you can create better things. But you are responsible for creating the situations that you are in. But it's now time for you to speak your truth and pay attention to the guidance that's coming through to you that may be telling you the right choice to make. You know, don't block out that guidance, but absolutely speak your truth when it comes to the way that you're feeling, with that 4 of Cups being there for sure. You know, if you're wanting things to be corrected, if you're wanting things to be fair and balanced, then you need to speak up. And with the Knight of Swords, you know, at one point, it looks like you were able to do that. But it just put everything at like the stalemate, you know? But now is the time, because you can't stay in that kind of emotional funk. But you can't block out the guidance either. Oh, that one right there. Oop, 2. Well, I'm telling you, new love, and look to your inner strength. New love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here, that may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. Or this may pertain, if I could talk right, my God. And then you have look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. You can make the choice here to change things. I love you. When you say I love you, you know, it brings that right back to you, but you need to be able to say that to, you know, the people that you love without expectation, right? So it's important to say I love you, especially if you're looking at working on a relationship, you know. But I look at new love and think, you know, maybe you just need to speak that truth. I love you, but I need to take this new opportunity, right? But it's all going to be based on how you feel coming out. If these emotions are too new for you, then maybe now is not the right time to make the choice, but you can't hold it off forever.